Hello, my name is Ashley Seitz, and this is my presentation on my community in words and pictures. I live in the community of Topsom, Maine. It is a small mid-coast suburban residential community. The 2010 census data reported the population of Topsom to be 5,931 people. Of the population, 43.9% are men and 56.1% are women. There are approximately 538 people per square mile, which is considered to be a low population density. The median resident age is 44.4 years old. The population is primarily white with 95%. The remaining population is reported as 1.5% Hispanic, 1.3% Asian, 1.2% two or more races, 0.6% Black, 0.3% American Indian, and 0.08% other. Of the population 25 years and younger, 95% have a high school degree or higher. This is reported as higher than the Education Census Bureau national average, which was 81%. 42.9% have a bachelor's degree or higher, and 14.4% have a graduate or professional degree. This chart represents crime rates between 2014 and 2016. The crime is considered to be low, with a decrease in crime shown each year. The next graph was taken from the City Data website and shows a comparison of Topsom versus national crime rates. Topsom ranks considerably lower than the national average. The unemployment rates recorded for 2015 state that Topsom rates were 3.1% lower than both the state and national average. Topsom poverty level was recorded in 2016 as 10.8%, also lower than both the state and national average. The median household income for Topsom in 2016 was $69,550. This is higher than the state and national average. Important institutions in Topsom, Maine. Our educational institutions are our public school, our public library, and community center. Our community service organizations are our Conservation Commission and our Historic District and Commission. Our healthcare institutions are Mid-Coast Medical Group and Planned Parenthood. Our social welfare institution is Habitat for Humanity of Maine. Our religious institutions are the United Baptist Church, Mid-Coast Presbyterian, and Ark Church. We also have our Topsom Fairgrounds, which are a community gathering spot in the pride for our town. It hosts the fair and a variety of other community events, and brings in income and joins our community together each year. The next slide is a slide of our town map. It also shows our GPS coordinates and our county. We are in Sagadahoc, which is one of Maine's 16 counties. In the article Seeking the Good Community, the author lists 9 elements that they believe make up what is considered to be a good community. They are as follows: offers residents a safe place to live, offers access to goods and services necessary to sustain residents at a level acceptable to them, must have relationships of character that bind people together, must have commonality of values and goals that help residents pull together, is a place where people are treated as a whole person, is a place where the day-to-day relationships among residents are highly predictable, has a recognized place within social structure for each member, provides sufficient opportunities for growth and fulfillment, is homogeneous enough to prevent conflict between neighbors but heterogeneous enough to create some diversity. In the following slides, I will assess the town of Topsom based on these elements. The first, safety. Some of the foundations of safety listed in the article Seeking a Good Community were crime, water quality, air quality, and overcrowding. As the author states, safety is relative, as no place is absolutely safe. However, Topsom reports as a safe community with low crime, it exceeds water quality standards, has average air quality, and has low population per square foot. Access to goods. Topsom is a residential community with downtown that provides access to goods and services within a few short miles to big box stores like Target, as well as a large grocery store, gas stations, restaurants, and medical facilities. The town has a public elementary, junior high, and high school as well. Within 30 miles, residents have access to a large mall, and within 75 miles, there are 7 colleges and universities. We also have public transportation, entertainment such as movie theaters, and local businesses. Relationships that bind citizens together in commonality of values and goals. I have only lived in my community a short time. However, I've seen that binding relationships in Topsom community come from shared values and goals. Our town values its elderly population, our history, and our natural environment. Community groups have formed to nurture these values and goals. Habitat for Humanity in our town have paired to repair older homes of residents 60 years and older. The Conservation Commission works together to preserve the woods and water of Topsom, which borders Merry Meeting Bay, which is one of the Northeast's natural wonders. And the Historic District Commission works to keep the historic integrity of the town intact. Opportunities for growth and fulfillment. Topsom is a growing suburban residential town. Its population has increased by 41% within the past 20 years. I chose to move here because it is within 30 miles of our largest city, Portland, but also offers affordable homes with lower tax rates than towns that are closer to Portland. The Topsom School District has a high graduation rate, and the median household salary is higher than both the Maine and national average. The town also has good employment opportunities and low unemployment rates. The next two elements, relationships are predictable and recognized place within society, were more difficult to assess and find data on. We do have similar political trends each year, with nearly 50-50 on Republican and Democratic. We have the same industries year after year. We have a high rate of employment, which predicts daily traffic and flow, and we value historical areas and conservation of our land. Recognized place within society. I believe our town values its elderly community and that there is a place for them within the society. We have low crime rate and adequate housing, which leads me to believe that most of the people in our town have a level of comfort and a place for themselves within the community. I do feel that there is less of a place or recognition of the younger community with children. I believe that over time, as the population grows and more families move here, that we will become more active as families in the community. Treated as a whole person. Over the past 20 years, Topsom has grown as a suburban residential community. Within my neighborhood, I feel connected to my neighbors through shared interest, neighborhood cleanups, barbecues, and spending time together. However, as a residential of the community as a whole, I do not feel like I'm involved. Our community center does not offer many activities like team sports or clubs, and there are not many community events. I believe this issue can be addressed through shared interest and by attending the Board of Selectmen meetings to address the issues. If others feel the same way, we can work together to increase our community activities. Homogeneous enough to prevent conflict and heterogeneous enough to create diversity. We are a homogeneous community. We are primarily non-religious affiliations, which is 75.7% of the population, and we are primarily middle class. However, we lack diversity. In an article written in the Bangor Daily News in 2017, the author discusses the challenges that Maine faces in addressing the swell of racism is our lack of diversity. Our status of one of the whitest and oldest states in the nation, coupled with our low population density, leaves most of us with few opportunities to meaningfully interact with people who don't look like us or think like us. One suggestion that the author wrote in the article was to invite multicultural opportunities, such as welcoming immigrants and developing service projects. In summary, through the data collected about Topsom and assessing my town based on 9 elements of community, as well as my personal experience as a resident, I believe my town would be considered a good community. However, there are areas that should be improved. I believe that becoming more involved in decision-making through attending town meetings, I, as well as others, could make changes that would strengthen our personal relationships. Developing community events such as concerts in the park, kite festivals, and youth sports would allow for the younger community as well as the older community to join. I also feel that our community could benefit from more diversity. This is difficult. However, I hope with time, as our town continues to grow, that our community will become more diverse.